And B asks, is it important to be productive all the time? What if you get tired of productive activities? What if you feel like staring at the ocean? So it's perfectly reasonable to rest and to relax. And it's also reasonable to like things other than building and writing and like more classically productive stuff. And lots of things are productive in ways people like don't entirely realize. Like sometimes when they're staring at the ocean, then they end up having a good idea, which they write an essay about later, you know? Like sometimes it actually turns out that that was productive, and like giving themselves some time to think was a good thing to do. Like a lot of the time they're staring at the ocean, their mind isn't as blank as they think it is. And even if it's rather blank consciously, they could be doing like unconscious thinking. Kind of like dreaming, but more structured and constructive because they're awake. Like giving the unconscious part of their mind like a break and a chance to think when it's not busy supporting their conscious thought can end up being really productive. But anyways, so rest is completely fine. The problem is when people have something against production. When they get like alienated from being productive and they're like avoiding it and they're hiding from it and they're finding ways to try to waste their life and just not hate themselves. And once they start doing that, that's like a really bad life pattern to be in. Like, staring at the ocean occasionally is no big deal, but if you're like staring at it every day and just trying not to think about how much you hate your life and just trying to keep your mind blank because you're unhappy and you have unsolved problems, that would be bad. And then you're not solving your problems and things are just going to keep deteriorating. So a lot of people use stuff like watching YouTube or socializing on Facebook not to rest or take a break, but to distract themselves, to help themselves not think. So that is really bad. You don't want to do that. If there's something you don't like about being productive, that's a problem. If there's something you do like about something else and you're still productive a fair amount of the time, that's okay. That's not a big concern. It's the people who are like alienated from productive stuff, like learning and creating, that have a big problem. Which is really common because school teaches everyone that learning is painful and not very effective or useful. Which is not a very good thing to be teaching all the kids. But that is basically what they manage to accomplish. Because you spend all this time doing what you're told is learning, and it's not fun at all, you have a bad time, and then you find it's not actually very useful to your life. That's what actually happens at schools, and everyone knows that, but they also will like deny it. It's a weird situation. The question, what if you got tired of productive activities? It's kind of ambiguous. Like, is there something you dislike about them? Or is it just that you need a break? You want to relax a bit, you want to rest? Or is it that you like something else? And then if you like something else, what do you like about it? And how much do you like it? Like, is it dominating your life? And you don't see why it's productive, that's like a problem. But if it's like, if you spend 2 hours a week on something and you like it, and you don't really see how it's productive, like maybe you don't need to be worrying about that. If you're being plenty of productive overall, then, you could probably understand yourself better before you judge it. And you could work on that, like introspecting and trying to be more self-aware and trying to sort out what your preferences are, how your mind works, etc. is a good activity, but I mean, you have plenty of other good activities you could also do. So you could also just not worry about it for now and do something else.